everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Chef Anna Fraser and today we're making one of my personal favourites, Tuna Nicoise Salad. We're going to kind of bougie it up a little bit. We've got some delicious fresh tuna steaks here, so we'll get them cooked up in a minute. But first things first, we're going to get some potatoes on the boil. So I've got some water boiling here. Just salted water, brought up to the boil, and it's spring in the UK, which means it's Jersey Royal season, so we'll just get those in. They'll take sort of 7 to 10 minutes. So we've got the potatoes boiling. I'll add the green beans a couple of minutes before the potatoes are done. That way you kind of save on using a million pans and save on washing up, which we love. Next thing is we're going to cook these delicious tuna steaks. So I've got a frying pan here, get that on the heat. We want to bring this up to a high heat. We're going to fry these tuna steaks on a pretty screaming hot pan, and that way we can get a nice crust on the outside, keep the middle nice and pink. So a generous glug of olive oil in there. Just add our tuna steaks. Got that nice kind of definitive sizzle there. So we'll cook them on quite a high heat for kind of 1 to 2 minutes each side. All right, these had a couple of minutes. Let's take them off and we're just going to drain them and let them rest. Just like a piece of meat, it goes for fish. Nice to give them a little bit of time to rest. So we've got the tuna resting, the potatoes are still bubbling away. Next thing is to make the dressing. So nice and simple. We've got some Dijon mustard. I've got some red wine vinegar. What we will then do is whisk in some olive oil. It's really simple. I mean, this is just the basics of a French vinaigrette. You could add shallots, you could add all sorts of nice things. A bit of garlic works well too. And actually, one thing I will definitely do is, of course, a pinch of salt. And another tip, which I actually think goes a long way, is sugar. I can only see brown sugar in here, but it doesn't really matter. You're only literally using like a tiny bit. So that's the dressing done. We are going to have a little check of the potatoes and then probably stick the green beans in. So I'll bring this over here. I reckon these probably had about 8 minutes. They're quite small. A slight prod. Yeah, that is nice and soft. And then the last task really is just to kind of prep all the other salad ingredients. So I've got a cos lettuce here. So we'll just make everything into kind of bite-sized pieces, probably just quarter the head, and then just really roughly chop this up. I've got some beautiful ripe vine cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to simply quarter these. I've pitted and halved some good quality black Kalamata olives, and I've got a sliced up small red onion. I think for any salad, an onion element is important. Red onion, nice, you can use spring onions, whatever you like, but it goes a long way. So we've blanched and refreshed the green beans and the potatoes. I'm just going to separate them out into their own little tubs for now. And now it's just a case of assembling the salad. So we've got the lettuce, we've got the delicious tomatoes, now cool green beans, Jersey Royals, which are nice and soft. Just use about that much. Sliced red onion and the Kalamata olives. Get all them on. So we've got the dressing that we made earlier on. Just re-whisking that to get that nice and emulsified yet again. And then we'll dress the salad. Do a nice generous crack of black pepper. And now we can just toss this all together. Make sure everything's really nicely incorporated and distributed. Looking absolutely gorge. So we've got our tuna. Get this onto the board and we'll get this nicely sliced into strips. Nice and pink in the middle. A good tip when you're slicing, well, any meat, but mainly tuna, it's slice against the grain. So all that's left to do is serve up a lovely portion. So we'll get a nice lot of our salad. Making sure to get all of the elements onto each portion so nobody feels hard done by. And then we'll top with our delicious seared tuna. And an extra little flourish of olive oil. So it's time to give this a taste. Try and get all the nice elements on. Get some lovely bit of this crazy roll as well. That's so fresh. The dressing's perfectly balanced. You can taste all the individual components. And I love that it's nice and substantial. You've got the potatoes, it's sort of a complete meal, and nice and easy. So definitely give it a go. You're gonna absolutely love it. Full recipe will be up on my Substack, which I'll link below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time.